Okay, so my name is Joyce Barak, and I have been teaching in the Hermiston district off and on for quite a period of time. I started teaching in 1983 and started in Culver, little tiny town in Central Oregon, and had kindergarten through first grade, or kindergarten through 12th grade, special education. And then came up to Stanfield and narrowed it down a little bit and did kindergarten through 8th grade special education. And after that, came into Hermiston and did some special education at the middle school level at Armand. And then did a really cool job share with Mrs. Smalley, and we were called Mrs. Barely. She took the first part of the week, and I took the last part of the week, and we taught 3rd grade together, and that was really fun at Highland. And then decided that it was time to stay home and be a part of our own children's life, and so I was a stay-at-home mom, and I substituted for quite some time, and then Sean Worstel roped me back in after our oldest son graduated from high school. And so I've been back in the Hermiston district since 2006, came in at halftime, teaching in the Title I position, halftime with Renee Simiotti, and she taught me copious amounts of what I'm doing today. And then eventually came in full-time and have just been at Sunset, being a part of the Sunset family for the remainder of that. I think I was destined to be a teacher. I grew up in a home where my father taught biology, and so I knew how many hours that you put in beyond your contract hours, and did a lot of kid things when I was growing up, and I was a park supervisor, and I actually was Mr. Mulvihill, who was who worked in Hermiston's district. I was his supervisor at one point, which was pretty funny. But in that, I have always known that I really enjoy working with kids, and I love what I do at Sunset as a Title I teacher. I love the small group setting. I have that opportunity to just be a little bit more intimate with the kids and relationships, and really hone in on how to bridge their gaps. And that's part of the things about Title I that I loved, is that not only are you teaching and watching over the data for all of the 628 kids, 630 kids that run through the school, but you're also really connected to the families and developing that family relationship. And man, there's nothing better when a child just takes off and reads. That to me is huge. The staff at Sunset, I can't say enough about them. It's a family here. There's just no other feel beyond this family feel that I've felt in any other position that I've held. And we support each other. There's so many creative masterminds that I have learned from. Over the past years, I've probably had 12 to 15 principals, if I stopped and thought about it. And each principal has taught me so much in how to approach kids in different ways, how to approach families, how to work together with staff. And I have really appreciated just being at Sunset, having Sean Worstel and Devin Grigg and Christy Peterson, and now Jared Farley, who has brought a lot of creativity into the staff. He's been really good for me to, even in this last year of teaching, he has upped my game, and I appreciated him a lot for that. And I'm very thankful to have had those people to help shape this adventure that I've been on. So, but with that being said, I am just grateful for the opportunity to work in such a great district. We are very kid-centered, and our our opportunities are great and vast for our kids. And I'm thankful that we were able to raise our boys to grow up through the Hermiston system, and they have been very successful at what they do. And I know that a lot of that just comes from the different teachers and the investment of those teachers' time into our own kids. And so it's just been the best career, but it's time now to move on. I'm going to be a grandma, and our son is in Alaska, so I'm going to go with my husband, and we're going to go walk some of those cool trails in Alaska once we can. and just take that next step, that next chapter in what we've worked so hard for.
I'm Polly Briscoe. I'm the media assistant at Desert View Elementary. I have worked for the school district for 20 school years. I have worked in 4 of the 5 elementary schools, never made it to Highland, but I've worked in all the others. Desert View was where I landed. I've been here about 17 and a half years, or 16 and a half years anyway. This is my home, Desert View Coyote. And it's been my great privilege to work for the Hermiston School District, and especially the library. I am a big reader, so this was a perfect fit for me. I've worked with lots and lots of amazing teachers. I've worked under 8 different principals, and lots of great coworkers and students that I will remember always. When we talk at staff meetings, the beginning of the year, all meetings, end of year reflections, what we talk about most is the kids. We're all here for the kids and what is best for them. Each and every kid deserves the best experience they can have at school as we can provide for them. Some days is harder than others. Some students are a little bit more challenging than others. All students always deserve the best possible education that we can provide for them. So it has been my privilege to work for the Hermiston School District. I want to say thank you to all the different teachers and classified staff that I've worked with, along with all our union representatives and what they've done for all the classified staff over the years to provide the best work experience for us. And thank you to all the families of the kids over the years. They've given staff so many gifts and provided so many meals, and we really feel the support of all our Desert View families. So in retirement, my husband and I live in Kennewick for the last couple years. Lived in Hermiston for many years before that. But after I retire, we hope to do some more traveling after the virus is over, and get to see our kids that live in all different states and our grandkids, and yeah, that's what we want to do. Travel.
Hi, what a year to retire. So much of the school year's last months have been unexpected by us all. And now my chance to say goodbye to some of you and how you've impacted my career over the years will be done not in person, but virtually here and now. Daly, Josh, Brenda, Sue Ann, Tammy Watkins, who's retired already, Stacy, Kara, Natalie, Marcy, Ippolito, and Missy, thank you. Thank you for being the best teammates a gal could ask for. There are so many of you in the school district and beyond who have impacted me and inspired me to be a better teacher over the years. One of the greatest things about teaching is our students. Each year brings us new opportunities to form bonds, connect with our students and our parents and their their families. The adventure of teaching is never knowing what the year will bring, the joy, the frustrations, and the growing. As we know, some years are easier than others. They are filled with memories. The moment a child's backpack starts moving in the middle of a lesson because a child decided it would be a good idea to bring their pet hamster to school. Or the moment you're taking a group of 5th graders up 9 Mile Trail at outdoor school. The sky is blue, the trees are tall, and the wildflowers are putting on quite the show. You hear a student turn to the other and say, "I never knew it could be this beautiful. I want to stay here forever." You know then it's all worth it. The moment a student comes into your classroom in the morning crying because of a crisis in the middle of the night, and you have to make that hard call. Years later, I think about them. I wonder how they are. And once in a while, if I'm lucky enough, a person comes up to me that's tall and grown and says, "Mrs. Dotson, do you still remember me?" Of course I do. I want to thank everyone that I have worked with over the years here at the Hermiston School District. It has been a blessing to work in one capacity or another at all 5 elementary schools. I am so impressed with the level of professionalism, the level of caring for the students who grab our hearts each year, and we never let go of them. What you do is so important, and long after I have retired and others have gone away, I know that you will continue to do the work for caring for our kids and giving them the best education. It's what you do. Fred Rogers said, "Anyone who does anything to help a child in his life is a hero to me." You are my heroes. Good luck and carry on. Oh, and if you come up to me someday and ask, "Mrs. Dotson, do you remember me?" I will say, "Of course I do." And hopefully by then, I can give you a hug too. Goodbye for now.
Well, I'm Peggy Fulcher, and I've been working at Rocky Heights for 14 years in the ELL department. And I started out just as a substitute, and then at the end of the year, they asked me to come on permanently, and I was thrilled because Rocky is a place that just makes you feel really welcomed, and the kids were awesome. I really liked working with the kids. And I can honestly say that the staff at Rocky would make any community parent, principal proud, because they go beyond the call of duty sometimes to help reach kids where they're at. And, that just doesn't necessarily come natural for some teachers. And so I was really proud to be part of that. I won't miss the cold mornings coming to work when it was like 20 degrees outside. But what I will miss though is the kinders when I would head out to bus duty, and the kinders and the first graders would come up to you and smile and want to give you a hug and tell you about the tooth that they lost like the night before, and tell me how much they got. Sometimes they even got $5 a tooth, and let me tell you, that's come way up since my day. So I will miss that a lot, because you just don't get that every day in your normal workplace. I want to give out a shout out to my coworkers, Laurel, Soshi, and Lorena. Laurel, you've always given the nicest and practical presents, like the long johns the one year that the winter was so bad. Thank you. And Soshi, I loved it when you would come back from lunch and you would surprise us with a McFlurry or a latte. I don't know how you knew we needed it, but you were right on, and I love you for it. And Lorena, I couldn't have done half my work that I did on the computer without you, because I can barely get to my emails, let alone sign something electronically. thank you for getting me out of cyberspace and probably into places I didn't even know how I got there. So thank you. But this I do want to say, these are not normal times, and this pandemic is changing the way we teach. But I am so proud of Mrs. Wyant and our staff, how they have gone beyond the call of duty to make sure every child that they can is fed, and that they've got educational packets, Chromebooks, to keep their learning target on track. Because they care. They don't want this pandemic because becomes so big that the kids lose hope or sight of, learning. And so the staff has been phenomenal, and I thank you for that. Rocky, I'm proud to say I'm a raccoon. Well, I do have plans. This chapter in my life is closing, but I do have plans for traveling. I hopefully, when this pandemic is over with, because I actually had a Hawaiian cruise planned, like a 14-day trip planned with my cousin. That got canceled, but it's in the works. It'll be for next year. And then I want to go see my grandkids. I've only get to see them like once a year. I want to bump that up a little bit, and then just go do more camping and not try to squeeze all my fun time into 6 small weeks. Before you know it, they're gone. And so I just I can't wait to do some little fall camping, or maybe even do a little turkey hunting with my husband or something. I don't know, going camping with a turkey to kill a turkey. I don't know. But anyway, so that's what I've got planned, and hopefully substitute. I would like to do a little bit of that just so I can stay connected with my my friends and my coworkers. And so one thing that remains the same is Rocky is the best school for miles and miles around, and it will always be home sweet home to me. So once a raccoon, always a raccoon. Go Raccoons!
Well, my name is Hermila Garcia, and I've been a teacher assistant with the ELD program with Miss Rich. And I would like to thank the Hermiston School District for giving me the opportunity to be part of the Husky team during the last 5 years before my retirement. Thank you, Ms. Rich, for the wonderful 5 years we worked together to help the students and the ELD program. We had a great time together and enjoy seeing our students make progress. My Husky family was wonderful and support me during my husband's battle with cancer. I would like to send a message to the kids. I want to say that it was hard to not to say goodbye. I will miss you. Love and hugs. I want you all to do your best in school and never give up. Thank you all again. Stay safe and healthy.
Hi, I'm Lynne Hamblin, and I am just finishing up my 31st year of teaching. I taught 1 year. Ironically, I'm filming here at Highland Hills today, and this is where I started my career subbing in this exact same room that I'm doing my retirement speech. So those of you that don't know, I am a Hermiston graduate. I have been in Hermiston since I was in 4th grade. I was one of those people that said I'm getting out of Umatilla County.
So my name's Kevin Hamblin. I met Lynn when we were in high school, in Hermiston High School. I knew her whole family, and we didn't date or anything until a lot later. We were both out of college, and she got her first teaching job in Monument, Oregon, and I was living in Hermiston, and we started dating. And so I've been with her, or she's been with me, since she started teaching. we got married a few years later, had a son, and moved to Hermiston. Bringing up a family like that with teachers and the time off and stuff was just really cool with our son. And we did a lot of things during the summers. And I'm just really proud of Lynne for doing as much as she has in education. She's taken these kids and almost adopted some of them. Almost every year we have these 2 to 3 to 4 kids that just bring us back, and the reasoning that why we get into teaching. And you know, she has some kids that she taught some 20 years ago, and they are contacting her now and saying, "You're just my inspiration in life." And that's kind of what we do as teachers, are inspirations for other kids. And there are so many kids that we've had that go into education that it just kind of, sometimes it's kind of scary, but it's what we really enjoy too, is the kids.
Hi Lynne, I'm super excited to be able to make this video and share why you are so important to me. So 21 years ago, and yes, it's been 21 years. I know how you love to be reminded of that. I walked into a classroom and there I met you. And I don't think either one of us could have predicted the connection that we would have and the relationship that we would have over the last 20 years and the friendship that it would become. I definitely, sitting there in 6th grade, would never have predicted that you would, in a few short years, you would be toilet papering my car. Or that when I started dating, you would, you kind of turned into more of a mother than a teacher. And you would make me drive past your house and honk on my way home from a date so that you knew that I wasn't out too late. It's been an incredible 20 years, and you have made such an impact in my life. 20 years ago, on the last day of 6th grade, you gave me something, and this. And I have carried this with me for 20 years. It has been with me through college. It has now been with me through 3 classrooms, and now in my office. I carry it with me to remind me why I wanted to become a teacher. You showed me what a teacher could do for students, the impact that they could make. And it's not just teaching the standards. Yes, that's amazing and that's important. But there's so much more that you did for me and that you did for all of your students than that. And you showed us how to be happy and how to be kind and care for one another. And your impact could never be measured. It continues to impact people. You influenced me, you inspired me, and I have been able to carry that on to my students and the teachers that I work with and share that with them. And that's an amazing thing, and that's something that you should be very proud of. I'm so grateful that we were put in each other's paths and that we met. I can't imagine what life would be without you. I don't know who I'd call for my teaching advice when I need it. And I love you, and I'm so excited for you on this new journey. It's gonna be so fun to hear about everything you're doing. I will admit I'm a little sad for those students that won't get to have you. I don't know what they're missing, but this is exciting for you, and I am excited for you, and I wish you all the best and enjoy every second. And thank you again for everything you've done for me and for so many. You are just amazing.
Hi Mom, congratulations, you made it to the finish line. Job well done. I love you and I'm so proud of you.
Hi Lynne, congratulations on retiring. I'm sure going to miss you in the hallway of unicorns and rainbows. It's been fun working with you the last 9 years in the same hallway since Armand opened. I remember even before the new Armand when you used to come over from Sandstone in the beginning days of PLCs. It was always fun working with you even then. Your kindness, your humor, it was always appreciated. I'm really going to miss it next year. Gonna miss you in general, and I know you'll be doing lots of fun stuff, and hopefully we'll be seeing you as a sub in the hallways. Once again, congratulations.
I'd like to congratulate Lynne Hamblin on retiring. She has put in her time and deserves to relax. I met Lynne a long time ago at Sandstone, and as the years went on, we got to partner and share kids and do field trips, and it was nothing short of adventurous. I recall the idea of doing field trips and said, yeah, let's do it. And we started going on a regular basis to the Oregon coast, and I said, all right, well, let's plan this. We got to do food, we got to do busing, we got to figure out lodging, and about 90 minutes later, she's done. It was already planned, which kind of blew my mind. That's kind of her strong suit. She's a planner, a go-getter, a doer. And we did that for several years and got to sleep on gym floors and hang out with kids and ride on yellow buses for hours and hours and hours, and it was a blast. Lynne always has a big heart for kids. She will find the child that is in need, that is going without, that is hungry, and it never fails through the years that she'll come and say, hey, we just got to get supplies, there's a list of food we got to do, and I got to be a part of that. She's always looking for somebody that needs help, and she's still doing that to this day. That is a strong strength of hers. She's looking for kids that need help. I hope that next year that you don't sub a lot, that you do what you want to do. You get some Thomas time. I know you're missing the Thomas time. Do what you love, go have fun. If you have to sub, shame on you. Do something else. You deserve it. Have a great time. Enjoy yourself. I know we'll see you around, that's inevitable, but it's been a pleasure, and have a great time. Enjoy your life. Thanks.
I've been kind of teasing her, and she's saying, oh yeah, I'll just sub 6 times a month. But I say, when that comes up, I say, yeah, she'll sub 6 times a week to catch up. But she needs the time off. She's ready, and when you're ready to be done, and she's ready to move on to the next thing in her life.
Good morning or evening, depends which time you're looking at this. My name's Mary Dezi Mathews. They call me Desi for short. I started here at the high school 15 years ago. Sam Nolan tried to get me to come to work. It took her 2 years to talk me into working here. And I finally did one summer, and here I am, 15 years later, still here. Everybody has been just so great and helpful to me. They make my job easier. I need a little help. Everybody's ready to jump in and help me. And they've been all super great. I've met a lot of friends here, and which I'll still keep in touch with. Well, of course I will, because I'll still be making quilts. So save me your t-shirts, everybody. I'm going to be happy to retire, but I'm going to miss this place a whole bunch. It's going to be a big change for me. But I've loved it here. Been some busy days, some not so busy days, a lot of fun days, some not so fun, but fun. I've had a great time, and I'm glad I came to work here. Tanya and Marty's been excellent bosses for me. And this is a goodbye. Partially goodbye.
Hi, my name is Sam Nolan, and I'm probably Desi's best friend. Have known her since we moved here in '79, and I had to talk her into coming to work here because we were roofing and painting and what have you, and I said, Desi, I got to get a real job. So I went to work here first, and then trying to talk her into coming here was a chore. Finally did, and she almost quit, almost didn't become a lead. But there's too many stories I can't tell you. But she's going to be missed a lot. I taught her everything I know, almost.
I'm Shelley Rysdom. I'm the bookkeeper at the high school. I've known Desi ever since I have started work here. She's always been a very energetic, fun person, always playing jokes. Dress up, you always got to be careful if you're wearing a dress. The place is absolutely fantastic because of her hard work, and we are really going to miss her.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. I'm Andrea Serrano. I'm the attendance secretary here at the high school. I met Desi 4 years ago when I started working here. She's just such a fun person to work with, always lightens up the mood, so helpful, makes you feel at ease, and I'm really going to miss her.
Yeah, I'm Adrian. I work in the main office here at the Hermiston High School. I haven't had a whole lot of time with Desi, but from the time that I've been able to spend with her, she's amazing. I mean, there's nothing that when we ask for her to help us with something to be done in the school that she refuses. It's like she's on top of it. She takes care of everything. She'll put down something she's doing to help you get something done. She's just a special person, and we're proud to have her here. You could tell that this building looks the way it does because of the way she cares about the kids and the staff and the building, and so we'll miss her a lot. We're gonna miss you, Desi.
Hi, I'm Sandra Rice and have worked for the Hermiston School District for 27 years, and I couldn't have imagined working anywhere else. During that time, we've seen a lot of changes to the Hermiston School District. We went from a junior high model to a middle school model, and at the time, that was a new and different concept for our area. Now it just seems like everybody is doing that. I've seen an opening of 3 new elementary schools, 2 brand new middle schools, and the remodel and addition at the high school. I'm grateful for having opportunity to have time spent in the classroom with my students, but to also have built relationships with wonderful teachers. And many of those working relationships have become lasting friendships. I'm thankful for the opportunity from the district to move from a classroom teacher position to an instructional coach, and have appreciated the support and training that I've been given to do this. So after 33 years in education, it's hard to walk away cold turkey. I hope to continue my relationship with the Hermiston School District in some capacity in the future, at least for a little while yet, but we'll see what the future brings.
Well, my name is Delia Fields, and I have known Sandra ever since joining the Hermiston School District as a teacher 24 years ago, and that was the year that we reopened Armand Larby as a middle school. And I have enjoyed working with her ever since then. We've had a close relationship since working together on the purple team, and everyone, I think, that goes into education enjoys the camaraderie that they develop as a teaching staff and as a grade level. And unlike other careers, you get to develop friendships. And I would like to say that if you're lucky, close friendships that continue because you get to stay maybe in one school or in one grade level. But I've been enormously lucky to develop an incredible friendship and a working relationship with Sandra that has been both enriching on a personal level and on a professional level. I'd like to think that most people are excited to come to work because they love their job, and they might be excited to come to work because they're excited, by getting to be in a great environment. I've had both because for 24 years I've had a good friend to work with and excited to, enjoy the day with her, but also to see what she's doing for the Hermiston School District and for students. It's been exciting. It's been amazingly fulfilling to know what she has accomplished, and it's beyond anyone's, I think, understanding just what she has done day in and day out for students, for fellow staff members, and she will be greatly missed, but she has enriched so many lives. But to go out with a bang, I mean, each and every day up until, today, she is still making an incredible impact for the Hermiston School District, and everyone is much, much better for it. Thank you.
My name is Rob Doherty, and I have known Sandra since 2004. That was when I first arrived at Armand, and she had been here, for quite a few years already. But that's how I know her, and I started working with her in 2004. Well, Sandra is an amazing person. She's a friend of mine. She's an amazing person, an amazing teacher. When I first arrived here in 2004, she was part of the science team here at Armand, and I was joining that. And I had only been a teacher for about 4 years when I first arrived here. And so working with Sandra has been one of the highlights of my career. A lot of the things that I do in my classroom today, I learned from Sandra. And so she's been a great person to work with. She's a professional. She's always up to speed on the latest teaching techniques that are in use, but at the same time, she's always had a good rapport with students too. She's very calm and just has a remarkable ability to connect with students. It's been a pleasure working with you, Sandra, and we're going to really miss you.
My name's Susan, and I've been teaching this will be my 31st year here in the Hermiston School District, and all at Sunset Elementary. I teach second grade right now, started in sixth grade actually, when it used to be in the elementary school, and was there for 2 years, and then when they moved sixth grade over to the middle school, I went ahead and jump down to kindergarten. And don't think that you can talk to kindergartners like you do middle schoolers. It does not work. Was there in kindergarten for about, about 13 years. Then taught we used to have a K-1-2 blend where it was like a little one-room schoolhouse concept, and I had kindergartners, first graders, and second graders all in my classroom. And then the second graders would rotate out and I'd get new kindergartners. That was a grant that we wrote back in those days, and it was just lots of fun. Taught first grade for a while, and then taught third grade for a while, and then now I'm ending up in second grade, but all here at Sunset Elementary. I'll always remember the days when I had a miniature bunny rabbit. He was a dwarf rabbit that Mrs. Carlson and I, when we worked in the modulars together, he was litter box trained and he would jump around. Of course, you don't do that these days anymore, but that was just lots and lots of fun. You know, this is a career that you give your life to, your heart to, and it has been just such a pleasure working for the Hermiston School District. I can't tell you how many growth opportunities we've had, and I've had personally. I've always been gently nudged to go ahead and take that risk, and I felt like there were people here to support me. There's nothing better than making a difference in the life of a child and giving them a chance to have a better life. And I'll miss that. I'll be around. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to substitute next year. But it has truly been a blessing and so much more than a career. It's been a calling and a passion.
Hello, Hermiston School District. This is Doug Tovey, and I'm retiring. Just wanted to take a few minutes to thank everybody in Hermiston, especially our administration at the high school, guys that are honest and true and hardworking. Wanted to thank them for all the support that they've given me over the last 8 years. I'd like to thank Roger Berger for pushing the pace. And I'd especially like to thank the guys I coach wrestling with, Kyle Larson. Don't ever doubt what you're doing is the right thing. Hermiston has been wonderful for my family for the last 8 years. We've enjoyed it thoroughly. But I'm retiring. I've taught for 31 years, and I'm headed to be around more family in Utah. We bought a lot in Paradise, and I'm going to be doing some teaching and coaching at Hiram, in Hiram, Utah, Mountain Crest High School. My son teaches and coaches there. But I just wanted to say how much I appreciate Hermiston, what a fine community, great school system, and just all the good friends that we've made here. We're going to miss you guys, but I just wanted to say thank you and goodbye.